Welcome to Badminton Racket Review and to racket number 604. And it is a Victor Auraspeed 70K. This is the 70K. Let's go through the specs as we normally do. The string tension on this, maximum string tension, is 29 pounds. So that's not bad. I mean, I know people do like to go up to 32 pounds. I don't think it improves your smash speed particularly, but I think it does help with control. So we know that we've had feedback from a number of advanced players that 32 pounds is what they like, but 29 pounds is not bad. It's still a healthy string tension to be able to string to. Now the shaft itself, it says it is a stiff shaft, this one. The E-zone testing for it shows it as a stiff shaft, so absolutely agree with that. The weight of the racket is for you 80 to 85 grams. The E-zone weight test shows the racket as 86.7 grams. The what do we got anything here? No, we don't have the balance, but I'm pretty sure that these are all evenly balanced rackets. My screen's just here in case there's not information on the racket. We have a backup screen telling me everything about the racket. So this is an even balanced racket. The E-zone balance point test shows it to be a head heavy racket at 310 millimeters measurement. Now this racket, like the 70F, the Auraspeed 70F, is 160 to 170 pound mark. I think that the primary differences between so I'm just going to grab I've got it right here. Oh, here we are. I've got the 70F here, and just looking at the specs off the racket, it's not looking at the E-zone, just the specs of the racket. Clearly one of the biggest differences here is the stiffness in the shaft. This one, the 70F, is the less stiffer of the two, according to Victor. That is not according to the E-zone, and the 70K the more stiffer. Everything else I think is pretty much the same. For you, 29 pounds maximum tension. Both are even balanced, although we have them down as head heavy according to the E-zone. So going back to availability, so we're looking at the 160 170 pound mark. That's available across most of the most popular retailers across Europe and across the world, because Victor's distribution service across the world is very good. They do manage to get themselves in all the key places around the world, and we will be selling the Victor Auraspeed 70F and K at www.badminton-racket-review.com. Now onto the design. Well, I think you already know by now that we actually do appreciate Victor's design team. The rackets are really well designed and finished beautifully. This is a developed in Victor Taiwan, made in China racket, but and people have this sort of perception of, oh, it's been made in China, quality might not be that good. Actually, if you look at this, it's very, very, very clear print, very, very well executed, amazing, and they've got some really amazing paintwork they've used here. The video probably won't show it, but maybe the pictures I'm going to show you in a minute will. And it has a really nice color combinations, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're all artists and that, but if you look at the top of the head, you can see it has orange there, and it finishes emitting a completely different paint finish on the top, and that's not easy to execute, certainly with such a small edge to work with, but it's been done perfectly. I like the colors, I like the design. Take a look for yourself at these close-up images and see what you think. Okay, so it is court testing time. Let's go to the E-zone court tests. So here are the Badminton Racket Review E-Zone key points for testing. Firstly, all rackets are restrung with the same string. Or they were, but this is now no longer being made, so we will be shifting to this string from 2019. All rackets are restrung to 25 pounds of tension. All rackets, 25 pounds of tension. We use the same shuttles, the Yonex AS30s for the control, maneuver and smash test. The player in the smash test uses the same velocity or same power, or as much as is humanly possible to do so, for each test. The control test, obviously it's the same player with the same abilities, and the maneuver test, well, it's fairly isolated range of movement in fairness. That's all the key information for you. Let's get back to the court testing. Okay, let's move across to the smash test and see how good this racket is at smashing the shuttlecock. The E-Zone smash test is designed to reveal the racket smash potential, which we measure the shuttle speed in kilometers per hour, and at the same time we measure the relative head speed of the racket, but that kind of image is presented on every single individual racket page within the E-Zone. Now on to the actual smash test. It's the E-Zone maneuver test time. In this test we want to see what maximum speed the racket can achieve from rest. In this test we measure the head speed of the racket, recording the fastest speed achieved in kilometers per hour. The player is isolated to move the racket in only one direction, which is upwards, from a rest position as quickly as possible. It's E-Zone control test time. Let's do it now. In this test we place 4 large buckets in front of the player. He aims for the green bucket every time. Every shuttle in the green bucket scores maximum. Shuttles going into the grey bucket score less, and anything in the net or out doesn't score at all. The clip we show you here is half or less of the total test that we do. Okay, so the testing on this racket is complete, and we can tell you that the Victor Auraspeed 70K is another good racket from Victor. We've had mixed views on the previous rackets, the TKFs, good rackets, the Jet Speed, some of them are good, the Onigiris, the YYS, nice rackets, but the Auraspeed are a step above those. So the 70K, good at smashing, good level of control, fairly easy on the overhead shots, a good all-round racket again from Victor. Well done for producing this racket. What I like particularly about the Auraspeeds compared to the Astrox rackets, I know Yonex, sorry, you know, I'm not trying to have a dig, I mean this is just a genuine view, is that these are easier to use. And as you all know, I know personally, forget the team, I personally, yeah, hold on, I know that I see people at all levels playing badminton, and I know one thing for certain: we need rackets that are accessible, where performance is accessible. There's no point having a Ferrari with where you can't, on a road where you can't fully utilize its performance. There's just no point in that. So you know, some of the rackets out there are like that. They're made for elite players with elite arm speed, elite technique, elite fitness, elite foot speed. Now if you're one of those players, you've got a choice of any racket you want, go and choose it, you're going to make it work. But for the vast majority of players, we need a racket that is, you can access the performance. And you know what, because if you're in your 20s or you're quite young, you'll have resilient arms and shoulders and joints in your body. But you know, as you start to get, having played badminton for 25-30 years, your shoulders do start to feel the strain, your elbow starts to feel it. And for me, when I'm going on a racket, on a court with a heavy, super stiff racket, I feel it immediately. So when using this racket on court, what I found was that the performance is accessible. You know, you get full performance very quickly from the racket. It's not that difficult to use. You know, all the shots come off quite nicely. I would say, Victor, well done. I would say it's a thumbs up. I know it's an expensive racket, but if you want a premium racket, you're looking in the Astrox range, definitely give this consideration. It's worth a try. Now if you want the full-on review of this racket, every single shot, type, defense, overhead, control, drive speeds, everything that we tried on this racket, you want a full video review, and you want to see all of the detailed testing that we've done within the E-Zone, you need to go through the E-Zone now, where there are over 600 rackets to look at and compare. The E-Zone pricing is $199 to $999 depending on the range of time you subscribe for, which represents amazing value for money, especially at the premium level. When you're spending 160, 170 pounds on a racket, it's worth seeing what you're buying, and why would you buy the 70K versus the 70F, or the Astrox 99, or the Astrox 55, or the Astrox 77, 88, and so on and so forth. Here's a quick look at the E-Zone and how you access it. Thanks again for tuning in today. Your support is super appreciated. We really appreciate the likes we're getting on Instagram, the support on Facebook, the support on YouTube, and it's great to see people coming onto the E-Zone, becoming members and finding great value on the E-Zone platform, which is at the end of the day the greatest badminton racket review platform on the planet in the history of the sport. It's taken a long time to put that together, a lot of hard work, and every year we're adding more and more rackets. This year, 2018, we've added 45 new rackets to the E-Zone, and next year we're planning to do the same. Thanks for tuning in today. See you next time.